Lately I was thinking about mom. So, yeah, I gave her some dance and she liked it. Obviously, it shrunk her lumps because these are biophones or in system, and so all she has to do is, through the years of struggle, 5 years, I think she said, she could not eat a lot of things because a lot of things went crazy because of the lumps. Yeah, it's true. Sometimes when you have an infection, don't take curry and all that. Let's not talk about dance. And I bought her two strips, and I think it worked for her. So she went to Garden Pharmacy and bought the whole box. Okay, let's talk about. I was thinking of mom. Um, well, she's kind of a queen bee. I guess it's a personality trait, or and also is your mental makeup. She doesn't take stress well, and she doesn't joke. I think mom doesn't joke. She laughs at people's jokes, but once a while she makes silly comments and get into problem. You know, in school. So I think that she is emotionally unstable. That's one thing, and it's because of her queen bee attitude. Um, or maybe, yeah, she was this young, pampered little, big eyed dolly girl, you know. So, because of this two very fatal combination, that she it's a little bit detached from the society. So it's a mental makeup and it's your personality trait and it's also your upbringing and it's not one thing, it's always three things. So sometimes people come up from a very bad background but they did well, you know. Okay, let's just start. Maybe she has some regrets buying the black currant juice. She blames on herself, to take on upon herself that she had bought her dad a bottle of black currant juice with high vitamin C, and which is fashionable at that time. It's like Sunquick and Ribena, just for the health of her dad. Maybe she's a real parent in things in terms of nutrition. I don't know. Yeah, she blames herself. Then she blames herself for not going to not signing the paper for surgery, and things like that. But the thing is that let's look at the technology at the time. I'm not too sure if the surgery will go well because at the time you don't have you don't have the electrical cutter, cutlery kind of thing. So I really don't know if the surgery will go well. So and also her father sooner or later he will end up taking something sour, if it's not the black currant juice. And we're not sure even if it's the black currant juice that causes the ulcer to burst or it bursts on its own. So there's a lot of uncertainty but she takes on to herself, but she needs to listen to somebody who tells her that you aren't sure. We don't know for sure if it's your silly black currant juice that's causes death and all that. Even if you sign the paper, I don't think at the time of the technology we had at the time, they're able to effectively do a surgery on the ruptured ulcer. I don't think they're able to do it. So, yeah, she should acknowledge the fact and stop the self blame. I think the self blame and the inability to take stress because she's such a queen bee, and she gets even she gets a little sister to carry her bicycle up and down the steep stairways of her house, and that's just who she is, and that's her identity. Well, is it wrong to be a queen bee No, in a hive, there's always a queen bee. Queen bees are normally smarter, of course, and they are the leaders. That's why they don't do all the work. And worker bees will who follows them. Normally, the worker bees have lower IQ, and it's a mutual relationship. It's a symbiosis between the queen bee and the worker bee. So her silly little sister, who is not that smart, uh, prefers to be a worker bee because it's less complicated. So that's about it. About her mom's crock pot, what do you call it? I don't know. Crock pot jeans. Um, well, it's always a trifecta of upbringing, your mental make, and your experience. So there are lots of people with a very chaotic life, and they went all the way to Africa and into some shamans tent and do some drinking of magic potion, and they return a lot of CFO does that, surprisingly, and maybe even tantric meditation. That is so crazy. So, coming back to mom, I think her issue is that she's such a queen bee with her upbringing, and the trifecta is she has all the three negative trifecta, so it's a very fatal combination for her. Um, and fortunately, that prefers to be the worker bee, so it's working out for them. So as far as her crop pot genes, I think we have a little bit of it, and sometimes it shows our paranoia in terms of medical. I think some of us are more outspoken, but some of us are not. We keep things to ourselves. So, but nevertheless, we check medical things out, and we're a little bit paranoid because of mom's drumming of all these diseases and all that. Which is a good thing. Otherwise, we'll be really doing dongs in terms of medicine. So it's a good thing. If you look at it from mom, she's a paranoid, and we picked up all those things. As far as the gene goes, it's just a trifecta thing. And if you think that it can be overcome, so if you think that you have it, you have it. Most of the time, it's an escapism. I can go cuckoo when I have stress. I just cuckoo because my mom is cuckoo. So I think it doesn't work that way because you have a different life, you're a different person, and if you think you have it, then you have it. If you don't think you have it, then you don't think you have it. I don't think I don't think I have it, although all my siblings think I have it most. But seriously, sometimes it's just an act. A mom is because you've seen her being cuckoo all the time. It's like that even in the society. I do a lot of counseling work, and if you see a lot of cuckoo people, and if you suddenly got admitted or got locked up in a mental ward because you were doing something which is antisocial, or you go around acting weird, so the police lock you up in a facility in a mental ward, and you have seen all sorts of cuckoo, and it's not difficult to pick up or put on that sort of act. And sometimes we put out that sort of act, so people, it's a defense, the defense mechanism. So people say, she's such a cuckoo. Just don't bother. That's the way she is. So there's an advantage, because it's not the genes, it's an act. You've seen mom being cuckoo, so crock pot, and you can just emulate that very easily because you've seen it like millions of times. So that's mom, just such a queen bee and always will be.